Hello, I'm Tom Morgan from Cloud Interact. In today's demo, I'd like to show you how we can take an Amazon Q application and expose it as a chatbot in Microsoft Teams. And today we're going to use a financial services example for our demo. Now, if you're not quite sure about all of those words, about why you'd want to take an Amazon Q application, what an Amazon Q application even is, why you'd want to take it into Microsoft Teams, we're going to go through it from the beginning. Okay, so let's start with Amazon Q. Amazon Q is an AWS service, and an Amazon Q application allows you to take large language models but then build on them with your own data. This is commonly known as RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. And really, what you do is you take the large language model, you take your data, and you sort of fuse the two together to create a version of the large language model that is very aware of your data. Couple of crucial things. The data you put in doesn't go back to train that large language model, it stays within your application. Secondly, in the answers that come back, you can say only answer based on this data. Don't make stuff up. Don't look out and use your kind of random model for what you think the answer might be. Go and make sure that the answer comes from the sources that I give you. And thirdly, for user confidence, you can also have those sources quoted to you. So in the answers that come back, they will come back with citations back to your original sources. There's a number of different sources you can use. In the examples today, I'm just using PDFs because it's nice and easy to set up, but you can point this at databases, you can point this at a variety of other data sources. Okay, so the use case that I'm going to use today, I said it was financial services based. I went to look for some just available PDFs I could find. And what I found was a couple of PDFs to do with using artificial intelligence and machine learning within the financial services industry. So let me show you. I've taken 3 PDFs today to build up this demo. The first one is the Artificial Intelligence Public-Private Forum from 2022. The reason for showing you is to show you that these are normal-looking PDFs. Okay, there's nothing special about them. There's nothing magic about them. I haven't created a bunch of PDFs that are of a particular type to make it easy for the bot or anything like that, or make it easy for the AI. These are just regular PDFs. So that's one of them. This is another one. It's about artificial intelligence and machine learning. And you can see these are kind of, again, a whole walls and walls of text, probably quite dry to go through. This one also very, very similar. Okay. So we've got our 3 documents, and over here we've got our Amazon Q application. Okay. Now I've created this ahead of time because it does take a little bit of time to do, but I've ingested, you can see down here the document count of 3. I've ingested those 3 documents. Okay. And we can preview the experience here, but really the idea of creating these Amazon Q applications is that you then expose them somewhere else, like your website, your web page, in another application, or anything like that. One of the things you can do, though, is bring it into Microsoft Teams as a chatbot. Now, this might be really useful if you want to bring to your employees, the people inside your organization, a way for them to quickly access and get information about specific pieces of information, such as, in our example, information about using AI in financial services, for instance. So if I come over to my Microsoft Teams instance, which I've got up here, you can see I'm having the conversation with this bot. Now, so far I've just sent it a couple of hellos, just so you can see that it's working, and you can see that it is an Amazon Q instance. It's an Amazon Q bot, but that's kind of not very interesting. So let's ask it something relevant to the information that we've provided it. Can I use AI in financial services? Okay. So it's going to think about it for a moment. And in that moment, it's taking the information back to Amazon Q, it's processing it, it's coming up with an answer using those sources as the source of its information. And it'll then hopefully present the information back. Okay, so I've got a wall of text, an answer now about how to use AI in financial services. But the really important thing here is that I can view sources. And when I do that, I see the reason why it came up with that answer. I see the reference to the PDF, and the kind of the parts in here that are important. It's taken the citations out of that PDF, so I can have real confidence in the answers I'm being given. The other thing, let's ask it, kind of make it a little bit harder. Let's talk about maybe the rate of AI adoption since, let's say, COVID-19. So, has the rate of AI adoption in financial services increased or decreased since COVID-19? Now, that is something that may or may not be in the document. It may be something that needed to be kind of calculated or inferred from the document, but it is something that it should be able to work out. Okay, so it's increased. So this saves me now from trawling through those three documents just to try and find a simple answer to a question. Now, if I'm looking at using AI in financial services, I might want to know about the risks, for instance. And again, that's something that I would have to probably search through the document. Maybe I'd do some keyword searching for risks to try and kind of find out. But also, there may well be risks that are not present and listed in a sort of detailed risk place, a risk register, if you like. It might be that they're scattered through in commentary and other things. So, what I get is a nice bullet point answer. And again, what it's done is said, actually, there's lots of different ones I've found. Here are some of the key ones. And again, I can look at my sources. I can see from the different documents what those risks are. So here from this first document, I see these risks. And again, exactly where to go for more information. In the second document, I get to see the page numbers. I get to see the bullet points as well. So I get a really good citation for this answer. So another thing might want to do is not just ask questions and get answers, but I might want to produce some content on the basis of this. I might need to, maybe I'm producing an executive summary on the risks of AI in the financial services industry. So that's something I can ask, produce an executive summary on the use of AI in the financial services industry. So again, now this is looking at this information and generating new information. This is generative AI based on those documents that in a way that will hopefully clearly summarize the content and the intent of all three of those documents. So we'll just wait for that to happen. And what we get back is a relatively sensible looking, I think, statement about AI. It doesn't have to be a wall of text. I can tune my response now to say, actually, what I might need is to present this as a set of slides. I might want to have that as bullet point examples. So I'm going to say, actually, let's provide bullet point examples of AI being used successfully in financial services. And that might be for a slide I want to produce. So bullet points are a better output if I'm producing slides because I can then talk around them. And again, if I was doing this, I might then interrogate the bot further to get more details and more information. But here are some examples of AI being used successfully in financial services. Okay, I hope that's been useful. I hope it's a quick demo of how you can take an Amazon Q application, how you can build it up using your own data sources, and then how you can expose that in Microsoft Teams for your staff as a chatbot. If you have any questions at all, or you'd like more information or a deeper dive demo, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks very much for watching.